Hi, and welcome back to this video series. My name is Nancy Roberts. I'm also known as the Disc Wizard, and in this video we're going to be talking about the high D or high dominant behavioral style. If you remember in our last video, we talked about the high dominant person being task-oriented and extroverted. And when you get those two together, you actually get someone who's very, very results-oriented. I always tell people, if you remember nothing else about a high dominant person, just remember that their focus and their attention is on results. And that explains a lot of their other behavior. So high dominant people tend to be very goal-oriented. They tend to have big picture thinking. They see the long term. They have a strategic vision. And they're very ambitious. They love to get results. They love to get success and win and get things done. And so high dominant people tend to be very take initiative. You don't have to light a fire under them. They pretty much wake up in go mode. And with all these qualities, like I said, if you just remember the fact that they're results oriented, it also explains a little bit about some of their limitations. So sad to say, every one of these styles has its strengths, but they also have their limitations. So some of the limitations of the D are that they tend to be argumentative, right? They have very, very strong ego. So they tend to believe that they're right about everything, and this can make them confrontational, which can be hard for the other styles because the other styles don't particularly like confrontation. So the high dominant person, loves to have a good argument. They can be very impatient because they want to get things done quickly, and because of their focus on task and on the results and not necessarily on the people side of things, then they don't always understand why things didn't get done as fast as they wanted them to get done. So sometimes you'll see their impatience. The emotion of a high dominant person is anger, and that can also be hard for the other three styles to deal with. But my number one tip for the I, the S, and the C, which we're going to cover in the next three videos, is if you experience the impatience or the anger of a D, don't take it personally. It very often has nothing to do with you. It really is just that they didn't get the result they were looking for fast enough for their liking, and it tends to kind of boil over. The emotion of a D is anger. And so when you're trying to figure out, is somebody a high dominant or not, just look at their anger threshold. How quickly do they get angry? But again, how quickly do they get over it as well? Because the beauty of a D is they may lose their patience or their temper, but they get over it really fast. So hopefully that was helpful. Maybe you recognize some of those characteristics as yours. If not, maybe it's somebody you know or work with or possibly even live with. In the next video, we're going to talk about the high I.